Because I'm too powerful, it's time to put the shulker in the nether. And on my first attempt, I gotta say it looked promising. Not a perfect placement, but I can work with this. I was being extra cautious, made sure that this part should work. And when he went in the boat easy like that, I was feeling real hopeful. Here, I'm just trying to get him in the minecart. He got in, but went the wrong way. So now the shulker's stuck on the other end of the nether, and I can't get him out of his cart. I really tried too. There's a lot of work in that guy. Good news is, there's another in my basement. Bad news is, he's on my map. He may have just desecrated the sanctity of my home, but he's part of the last achievement I needed. This time I couldn't even find him. Couldn't hear him, couldn't see him, no shulker. And while trying to get another day 1848, nothing really seemed to go my way. This shulker had an ender hobo, and I carefully disposed of it. But then I think I nudged the boat into the direction of the void. Some say he's still falling. Can we get an F in the chat? Somehow it looks like it's actually gonna work. Day 1850, I've got a shulker. Got the shulker, and this might sound crazy, but I think I'm gonna take him through the overworld. Though I should have known, traveling 10,000 blocks with a shulker in my boat was gonna be difficult. I could hardly get out of my compound. Though by nightfall I was on the open sea, as hopeful as I had been. Most of the journey is over ocean, and it's really not bad. Of course, you're never gonna get a clean stretch of water wherever you have to go, so I had to make some adjustments. And it's just so easy to navigate when you're constantly getting shot up in the air. By day 1854, though, we were on our way. A couple thousand blocks to go. I was glad sleeping in the dirt gets old fast. Sadly, during canal construction, I was pushed into a corner and my shulker died. What a waste! Yeah, there's always tomorrow, unless I jump off my tower. I've decided now that I'm gonna make the canal alone first, just to make sure the shulkers can get through. I don't trust the nether. I'm going through the overworld if it kills me. After a long day of construction, I was where the monument should be. Turns out I mixed up the negative and positive coordinates, so I built a canal to nowhere. And it took a whole day to fly back, because I'm 10,000 blocks away. Also had to take another day to prepare, because basically everything I've already done is useless. And it's not the first time I've wasted a week or two. You remember the Birch Road? For sure this time, the canal that I am building will end up at the Ocean Monument. I double-checked. One thing I'll say is I really can't imagine doing any of this without netherite tools. This cow fell in, and I spared him. Still just working hard. Day 1862, I carved through a mountain. What kills me is I know the shulker ain't gonna appreciate any of this. Biggest event day 1863 was I dropped my pickaxe into a cave. Thankfully, it didn't drop too far. At least I got a little excitement today. This canal really has a lot more mountains than the last. All I really have is footage of me carving. I found a nice town. It's just way too far away and not made of emeralds. Now, if my calculations are correct, and they almost always are, the canal should now be complete. Hopefully, this turns out okay. It's been a lot of work just getting here. But at least now I can fly back home through the nether, which doesn't take too long. I got home, fixed up my tools, and made my ocean canal access much better. It's nothing crazy, just some pistons to help me get through the emerald perimeter. Oh, I have to sleep. Please don't despawn. Hey, would you look at that? We all still exist. You know, people would watch this forever if you put some lo-fi jams to it and said it was Japan. It was another long night of paddling, hopefully for the last time. Shulker, you've been conquered a second time. How do you feel? Your cage is looking pretty nice. Oh, darn, mining fatigue. Time to go get some milk from I don't know what happened, and that's what you should always tell the police. I quickly supplied another, for cows are an item. The dolphin is becoming probably the worst issue. Not as bad as the shulker, but close. It's just very hard to keep them in captivity. They'd literally rather die. Trouble is, I need to keep him close to the shulker so I can get Dolphin's grace from him. It's kind of a mess. Got him in, went to bed, and the next morning he was already gone. Maybe setting up a beacon will brighten my day. Definitely makes the mining fatigue better. Yeah, it feels good to have beacon powers again, and I can almost sort of mine. Got another, and it's not immediately drowning itself. This is a win. Now I have to build some sort of contraption to get all these effects at the same time, and I know it's gonna go great. No issues whatsoever. It's kind of a mess, but I doubt you can get all of these potion effects cleanly. I'm very nervous about this whole thing. Really, I am. Now I'm back home, want to make some potions of healing for my shulker. I'm worried about him. I healed him up good, and he thanked me by trying to kill me. By this point, I'm fairly certain I have everything. I'm pretty sure I could get this achievement. For now, I'm gonna sleep on it. I've got 90 more days, no need to rush. Because sometimes when you rush, you end up dead. There's still plenty to do as well, like taking out the rest of the Ocean Monument. That's why I've got this moosh room. This time I went with a different approach. I set up a conduit right outside the monument. Easiest monument I've ever done by far. I'm always doing it this way now. I killed the Guardians and got the gold, but I'm really down here for them sea lanterns. They're my favorite lights in the game by far, and I want them on my land. Day 1913, I did a buried treasure map that was only 1 block under the sand. Nice loot too, had a heart of the sea. Then I did some more ocean exploring to put off how did we get here. Almost done. Day 1914, I had to get the lanterns outside the front door. This will be a little tough. I just took my time. Was a full day worth 8 lanterns? I think so. There was a nearby ocean monument, so I swiftly set up a conduit outside, and I pretty much cleared the entire thing in a day. This is definitely the best method. Home, sweet home. I had to take another day just to grab everything in this one. There was sponges.